Would you take a look at that? It's glorious! And to think, it'll all be gone soon.
Wait, what? No, not that. I'm talking about this.
We're back at EPCOT, Walt Disney World.
Oh, it is so exciting to be back at EPCOT, especially right during the middle of the Flower and Garden Festival, the most beautiful time of the year. But I'm not here just for the floral festivities.
I'm also here because EPCOT is changing.
And changing in some monumental ways.
As part of a multi-year plan to reinvigorate and upgrade EPCOT, Disney has recently announced that the Leave a Legacy stones will soon be a thing of the past. It's all a part of upgrading EPCOT's entrance.
As you can see behind me, there are a lot of people entering EPCOT today, but you'll notice
they are almost all wedged in the aisle between the stones leading to Spaceship Earth.
Now this just simply won't do for the massive crowds Disney is expecting, or is at least hoping for upon completion of its new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, the new Ratatouille ride, and a whole bucket full of other new projects, both announced and yet to be announced.
Now these stones have only been here since about the turn of the century, so many old school EPCOT Center fans are rejoicing at this news. Many of its critics have said the Leave a Legacy entrance looks like it's something from a graveyard. I could not be more stoked that the entire entrance plaza is getting a huge makeover. More than 500,000 people contributed to have their faces or the faces of their loved ones
engraved on these metal plates,
thus leaving a legacy for the new millennium.
Now I don't know if you know this, but more than 500,000 people is a lot. That's a huge number of people to disappoint by removing their faces from your theme park.
But there's good news for this lady and this fella and these kids over here. Not to mention the guys from NSYNC,
because it turns out their faces aren't leaving Walt Disney World after all. Now the stones are going away forever, but these metal plates here will be preserved. And in fact, guess what, their faces etched on these metal plates won't even have to enter the park to get a glimpse at them anymore. Because according to the latest updates, in the future, these will be located outside the turnstiles.
Don't worry, Ma and Pa, you're staying at Disney World.
Oh yes, soon this will all be a much wider walkway. And it'll all be leading to another thing that old school EPCOT fans are really excited about.
A new and improved EPCOT entryway fountain that from the concept artwork looks like it harkens back to the original entryway fountain
that greeted the EPCOT guests during the 80s and 90s.
Dude, honestly, that concept artwork looks fantastic.
And anyone who's ever been to EPCOT on a really truly crowded day can tell you. A wider entryway?
Well, that's gonna be nice.
Okay, let's make our way into EPCOT. Oh, it's so good to be back, and I am very excited about Flower and Garden.
I've only been to this EPCOT festival one other time, and it was already 3 years ago now.
But it was the most beautiful I have ever seen this place look.
Speaking of the way this place looks, this whole central core of Future World is also going to get redesigned.
The concept artwork is a little more vague than the entrance.
But it's clearly going to be a big change, because along with this concept artwork, permits that have been recently filed for demolition show that whole buildings will be making way for progress.
Looks like all the old communicore / Innoventions buildings will become things of the past.
And sadly, yes, this plan includes Club Cool.
Better known
as the party zone.
Oh, so many good memories in here.
And so many free beverages, especially Melon Frosty Fanta.
Where will I get my free cup now?
Of course, Disney World guests will still be able to try Coke flavors from around the world at Disney Springs, but the hip young vibe and sick beats of the party zone will be a thing of the past. I'm even tempted to have a sip of Beverly in memory of all the
looks like I can.
Yeah, fresh out. Looks like Beverly is still Neverly.
Twist my arm. Some more Melon Frosty.
Oh, yeah.
Now, no one knows when the exact closing date is yet, as far as I'm aware.
All we know is it's going to happen soon, imminently.
So who knows? This could be our one last party! The party's over.
Anyway, that's sort of the bad news. No word yet on whether we'll get a new party zone. Although we do know that the Starbucks is going to move.
So hey, maybe we'll have a new place to party. Anyway, that's sort of the bad news.
That lots of the things we love are leaving, at least in their classic form.
But the good news, and I promise this is the last big piece for me today,
is the old, neglected, and semi-abandoned Wonders of Life pavilion here.
It's finally getting an upgrade.
Once a whole mini-land dedicated to, well, you know, the wonders of life.
This pavilion had its sign removed and has been sitting here pretty much abandoned for years and years.
years. Although from time to time it has been used as a festival center. Well, no longer. Soon this space will be used for what Disney is calling a one-of-a-kind play pavilion, which they claim will be beyond anything guests have ever experienced before, whatever that means. And it will contain a futuristic city where we can interact with Disney characters in, and I quote, unique and exciting ways. The concept artwork looks pretty crazy. And just from the name Play Pavilion, it sounds pretty interactive. And most importantly, it sounds kind of futuristic, right? I'm hoping that means a whole new generation of kids will be able to peek into the future here in Future World. And by the way, look right there next to the Wonders of Life Pavilion. Can you see that there blending in with the sky? That is a part of the massive new ride building, which I must admit is actually pretty well hidden otherwise, for the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy attraction. Dude, look at the size of this project. This is a mammoth-sized project designed to bring a Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster into the park. It is going to be huge, both physically and in terms of popularity, and I cannot wait to ride it. But you know what? Until it opens, maybe we should check out some flower and garden stuff to amuse ourselves, huh? Oh, wow. Look at this. Now, if there's one thing I love, it's a good topiary. And this is a good topiary. Ain't that right, Mater? We're daggum. Awesome. Let's go see if we can find some more. Oh, my goodness. Dude, look at these guys. Unbelievable. Buzz Lightyear, Sheriff Woody, Bo Peep, and her sheep. And all made out of plants. You are a bush! You're not a space ranger! You're a shrubbery! You are a child's garden ornament! Man, that is impressive. Woody's even got his pull string, and there's a whole Toy Story 4 themed play area back here for families. Beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, behold! Look at all of these flowers. Hours of flowers. Piles of flowers. Flowers in the shape of flowers. Even flippin' floating flowers. And they're all real and alive. That takes some serious flower power. Wow, and would you look at the size of that goofy topiary. He's at least 2, 3, 4 alleys tall. Magnificent. I don't know how they do this stuff. Oh, look at Pluto. He's got a collar made of flowers. That's a good idea. He'll be smelling the good stuff all day. Wow, Goofy and Pluto are good. But what could top the main attraction, Mickey and Minnie Mouse in topiary form? And look at that. Mickey's holding some flowers. It just warms my heart seeing this picnic. There's so much love in the air. Oh wait, that's pollen. Oh, they didn't forget about Donald Duck. And as usual, he's the one with all the bad luck. There's a bee right there on his forehead. Now he looks kinda angry about it, but be careful, Donald. This is a tricky situation. Oh, and look at this. It's his old enemies, Chip and Dale. Well, actually, from this side, it's Dale and Chip. Ah, there we go. Now it's Chip and Dale. So many fantastic topiaries, and I see more. And so far, these might be my favorite. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Donald Duck's, and more importantly, Scrooge's nephews. I love DuckTales. All right, well, as you may have guessed, this festival isn't all topiaries. For example, there's a little scavenger hunt going on all over with Spike the Disney Bee. And as per usual with an EPCOT festival, plenty of booths. Ooh, look at this one. We could start our own topiaries with these. Aw, baby topiaries. Oh, they're so soft and moist. I wasn't expecting that. Now, I expect we'll see quite a bit more gardening stuff, including festival merchandise, which this year is all pretty much Minnie Mouse and, of course, flower themed. But once again, this is an EPCOT festival, so there are plenty of food and drink offerings as well. Pineapple Promenade? Man, say that 10 times fast. Hey, this booth over here is called the Citrus Blossom. And not only do they have gluten-free crispy citrus chicken, which is really hard to say, they also have orange bird sippers. That's awesome. Not as awesome as finding gluten-free chicken, though. To me, that's the most exciting thing they could offer. Oh, weird. This tastes as much like an orange creamsicle as I think it's possible for chicken to taste. For some reason, that's not bad. Hey, look at this. They also have some art out here that's actually made by this girl sitting right there. Her name is Rachel Tribble, and I would go talk to her, only Star Trek taught me that tribbles can be trouble. And the trouble with this tribble is she's sitting all by herself. It'd be too awkward to say something. Wow, look at these mobile things. What the heck? This breaks my brain. Look at them, they're so weird.
Now that'll make Susan jealous of Mom's garden. Better pick one of those up later.
Ooh, look over here at Canada's Northern Bloom booth. They've got gluten-free seared scallops.
I'm too scared to eat seared scallops.
Maybe later, eh? Excuse me.
Oh, Canada, some people's home and native land.
True patriot love in all of us command.
Oh, that reminds me.
I've also been hearing that all the Circle Vision movies at Epcot are due for upgrades as well.
Sorry, Martin Short.
We'll find something else for you to do soon-ish.
Maybe Clifford too?
Oh my gosh. Look at Bambi. Oh man, my fiance would freak out about this. Wow, they almost look like Rose Parade floats. They're all made out of organic things.
That's basically the extent of my knowledge. Organic things. Don't ask me what kind of things.
Just things.
Wait a minute, I get it. Flower and Garden Festival.
Oh, we did it. We can go home now. Whoa. Bees. See them? Bees everywhere.
Behave, you. Behave.
Speaking of behave.
We're back in Great Britain.
Great Britain. Oh no, we'll never get to England now.
Where not only do they still have their bust of their inferior Mark Twain.
You know, just one man's opinion.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Calm down, Shakespeare fans.
Yes, not only do they have one of England's greatest authors, but they've added topiary versions of some of the greatest characters in English literature. Winnie the Pooh and all of his friends from the 100-Acre Wood.
Like Eeyore here.
Thanks for noticing me.
Hey, I just thought of something. Look.
See Eeyore's tail back there? When they were setting this up, somebody pinned the tail on the donkey.
Wait, that's not funny. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, what is happening here?
Sticker limbo, okay. What do I win? A sticker, what a surprise! Thank you! Wow!
Oh, they raised it for her.
Psh, I went way lower than that.
Hashtag undefeated. You know how they're putting like Disney properties into all the countries here at Epcot?
If they do that in England, can I request something?
Not Mary Poppins, not Pooh, not 101 Dalmatians, no.
Here's my pitch. Great Muppet Caperland, huh?
I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet. But your kids are gonna love it.
Honestly, they probably should go full Cherry Tree Lane back here if they are gonna make any changes.
They could pop the facade up right about there. There could be the park, the chalk drawings.
Couldn't hurt, I mean,
Mary Poppins is already out here anyway, right? Oh, whoa, weird. There's a bunch of information about growing tea out here. Giant teacups full of different tea ingredients. Wow, they put a lot of different stuff in tea.
the only thing they're missing out here is Mr. T.
He pities the fool that doesn't have English breakfast honey and vanilla tea in the morning. All right, gang, I have really got to pick up the pace.
Haven't even made it halfway around the world yet. Ooh, France.
Once again, I see they have a macaron lollipop and the chilled cucumber soup that I can have.
Once again, I believe I'll pass on that.
But one thing I can't pass up is a view of these epic topiaries.
Everyone is stoked on this Beauty and the Beast topiary.
And it's easy to see why. After all, that is beautiful.
There's a lot of detail in there, and of course, Belle looks quite dainty.
If you don't mind my saying so, Mr. Beast.
But as beautiful as this topiary is, it pales in comparison
to the sheer majesty of this one. Wow!
It's Miss Piggy!
And she's out here with her fantastique floral fashion collection. They got all these floral dresses out here, along with little descriptions by Miss Piggy herself.
Wow, they really went whole hog with this one.
And oh my gosh, I almost missed him. It's freaking Kermit the Frog.
Oh my gosh.
I better not get too close. He's armed with bread, but I love Kermit.
I had a Kermit the Frog hand puppet I took everywhere with me as a kid.
Actually, pretty much up till the age of like 13. It was kind of a long time.
I always wanted to be a Muppeteer.
All because of this little green amphibian.
I love the Muppets. I wish they'd do more with them.
Nothing gluten-free at the Florida Fresh booth. Which is too bad, because that food looks awesome.
Maybe I can find a Florida Stale booth that'll have something.
Not a lot of flowers on display as you enter Morocco, but that doesn't mean they don't have a garden. Check it out. The Urban Spice Garden. They got pomegranate, they got peppermint, they've got chives, even mentha spiccato. ricotta.
Ugh, that one actually sounds kind of gross. Ooh, and look at this. It's ginger. Now where's Mr. Howell and the professor? And where do we get hold of some Gilligan root? Guessing they don't have any of that in Morocco. And they also never have food for me, which is too bad because I love Middle Eastern / Mediterranean food. My ex-father-in-law was Sudanese by way of Palestine and one of the best cooks I have ever known. Ah, the makluba, the kafta. Someone please make me good gluten-free kafta. Ooh, Japan. I was hoping that gluten-free beef nigiri from last year's Food and Wine would be back. That was so good. Sayonara beef nigiri. Konnichiwa. Hunger. Well, at least they have beautiful bonsai trees on display. Mr. Miyagi would love it. That's all I ever remember about the Karate Kid 3. Just epic cliff-dwelling bonsai. Oh no, the impossible is happening. I'm getting sunburned. Ow. Ah, shade, shade. This has only ever happened to me like 4 times I can remember in my whole life, and it's usually the ears and the neck, that's it. But I guess I've been wearing my jacket in the sun for so long, and I've spent so much time indoors with Allie while she's recovering lately, that the apocalypse is on me. I am mortal. No! Normally I just get darker in the sunshine. Oh no, more sunlight! The buzz is there's another garden back here. You can actually learn a lot at Flower and Garden. Like your lesson, for example.
All right, heading into America now, the home of the Garden Rocks concert series.
Just the name of that reminds me of the old Pet Rock souvenir, you know, where all the rocks are glued to a little pedestal and it says Rock Band.
Garden Rocks! Whoa, check this out. Shade!
And not just shade.
Check out all of these crazy Disney-themed dolls. Do they look familiar? That's because they're Precious Moments dolls.
I didn't even know Precious Moments made dolls.
I thought they were exclusively in the creepy figurine business, but it looks like they've gone full Disney.
Which is good.
Because if there's one thing we all know, is that there's no such thing as too many creepy dolls.
Sure, they look cute from a distance.
Right until you see their soulless little eyes. Oh, you guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. God bless America.
And not just because of freedom and liberty.
And not just because of our fantastic topiaries, but because this is where I found sunscreen.
I know I can't unburn myself, but I can at least stop it from getting any worse. I hope. Oh man, I hate this stuff. Why isn't it absorbing? I don't wanna. Ugh, this is disgusting.
All right, well, I'm all greased up now.
Yay!
I guess this is probably a sign that I should speed things along.
Maybe wrap things up and get indoors and thank some Phoenicians.
Wow, look at Italy. They're all potted plants here.
But I guess they'd have to be in the real Venice too, because no dirt. Ooh, topiaries.
Oh, che bella. Lady and the Tramp. Wait, why are they in Italy?
Just because they like spaghetti? Yeah, fair enough.
I wonder what those Germans have been up to, huh? You should always keep an eye on Germany. Especially if you have celiac disease, because there is a lot of gluten in those schnitzels and pretzels, yeah.
Oh, for a split second I thought they said Dirk Kindergarten is celebrating Oktoberfest every day. If that's what they were celebrating in kindergarten, I wonder what they'd celebrate in preschool.
Oh yeah, Germany's a pretty dopey place right now, and they've got Snow White as well.
Just look at her, the little slip of a thing.
Without whom Disney would be a very different company.
Without her, Walt Disney would have just been a cartoon shorts guy.
Crazy to think about.
I've got no shade to keep me brown. I'm turning red, it makes me frown.
I used to have shade, but I guess we didn't click.
And now I'm the color of a brick.
Oh, hi ho, look at this. They've got plants over here. Cacti, succulents, strange air plants, little miniature trees.
Oh, even carnivorous plants.
See guys, even plants like to eat meat. Ooh, sick Venus flytrap.
It's amazing you can murder flies and it can be a Disney souvenir.
Of course, what would Grandma's garden be without a few garden flags? And they've got plenty of those out here. This one's my favorite though. And ooh, check this out. They've got a Flower and Garden Goofy statue here. Not to mention the Mickey shirt, which I didn't see earlier. That's awesome. Oh yeah, they've got some good stuff over here. Even a bee house so you can attract a colony of bees. Oh, Allie would love that. That's some good stuff. All right, home stretch.
Ooh, looks like we crossed the bridge just in time.
They're about to close it down to bring out some of the Illuminations floats, which reminds me, they have finally announced an official end date for that show. September 30th, 2019. If you're watching this after that date,
How do you live? It's a world without illumination. It's a world we want to live in. I mean, I guess I don't want to stop living. I really like that show. I also like topiary pandas. So this is making me feel better. Oh, look, he's trying to eat some bamboo. Aw. And look at the little baby ones. Well, he's hungry. Just wants a little snack there. Aw. Oh my gosh. I am glad that we decided to walk around the World Showcase the way we did, because apparently we saved the best for almost last. Oh my goodness. Norway has got a flippin' topiary troll. Yes! Topiary trolls. That's how they stay hidden when they're not busy. You know, many Norwegians used to believe that the mountains in Norway were once real trolls that had been turned to stone. And I'm pretty sure that's a true fact because I read it right here on this sign. That's how I knew. Oh man, this is super weird. I was expecting topiary Anna and Elsa. Wait a minute. There they are. I knew they'd show up. Ooh, is it me or is Elsa looking a little mother of dragons right here in this topiary? Anna's like, what is that? I've never heard of that. I would never watch that. What do you mean? I'm a Disney princess. Oh, they watch Game of Thrones. All the princes and princesses I know watch Game of Thrones. But anyway, we have now made it almost all the way around the world. Showcase, that is. Now there's just one country left to go. I can do it. I can reach the door. Oh, yes. Yes! Oh, Viva Mexico! Viva air conditioning! Viva amigos! I guess there's really not a lot of plants in here, unless you count the fake ones. Probably because of the no sunlight. But although they're short on live plants in here, they more than make up for it in the human skulls department. No estoy muerto. Estoy vivo! Calavera es no bueno! Calavera es no bueno! I'm just playing around. La calavera es mucho bueno. Y mucho guapo, see? Alright, well, I'll cool down a little. Guess it's time to head out. Oh, that was perfect. I just needed a little break from the sunshine, you know? Yo no soy amigo de la sol. Ay, Dios mío. Just one quick look around to make sure there's no topiaries. But I think we might be in the clear. I'm really surprised they didn't... spoke too soon. Look at this. The three caballeros. You know, they are birds of a feather. That's why they flock together. Ay, caramba. All right, and with that, I think we've officially done it. We didn't peek into every nook and cranny of the Flower and Garden Festival. I'm pretty sure these days that would just be impossible with the amount of time we have. All these special events just keep adding more and more bang for your buck. Seems like there's more to do, see, touch, hear, taste, and smell every single time. And now all that's left to do is take a shortcut through what was the old Odyssey restaurant and back out to the front. This, by the way, is where they are temporarily going to relocate Starbucks when they start moving buildings around. As a matter of fact, if you take a look inside here, you can see the entire Odyssey building has been significantly revamped. Ooh, fancy counters. Hope they're ready to make me that white chocolate mocha. Oh, why didn't I come in here earlier? There's so much shade, so much air conditioning, and so much merchandise all in one place. If I had only known this earlier, I could have put a lot more zest in my fest. Weird. Oh, Topiary Mickey, good. Do you know where the bathrooms are? Oh, Topiary Mickey! It's just a skeleton now. Oh. Who did this to you? Who did this? Actually, this is cool. I want a topiary Mickey. Speaking of Mickey, check this out. There's even more of that Mickey design merch than I thought. Really helps you turn up the fun. Oh, nice. A Figment shirt, a little Figment ornament. It's wonderful in here. What have I been doing all day? Now all I need is a place to curl up and take a nap. Yeah, I'll just crawl back here and take a couple of Z's. No. I've got to resist. Resist. I've got one last thing I have to do. I've still got to get out of this place and then find and thank those Phoenicians. Thank you all for braving the sunshine at EPCOT with me today. Hopefully you didn't get quite as sunburned as I did. I am actually very curious what all of you guys think about the plans to change and refresh EPCOT for the next generation. Is there anything you're really excited about? Anything you're really gonna miss? Make sure to let us all know in the comments. And by the way, make sure to check out all those other links as well. Not only do we have sick merch available and cool events coming up, but if you like this episode, there's a lot more where that came from. Until next time though, I've got to go thank some Phoenicians, and you, well, just by watching this, you've done your duty.
You can go home and
Sleep well.
Just remember, folks, always wear sunscreen out here. And don't forget to put a little zest in your fest.